Critical appreciation of the Westland. T.S. Eliot is considered one of the influential writers of the 20th century. He is not only critical but also a dramatist, a prose writer, and a poet. The theme of the Westland is essentially the spiritual experience of human beings. In the world of today, one cannot ignore the social, secular, commercial, and technical compulsion of the modern world. Eliot has referred to the past era in order to show how the experience of the past can help in finding the solution of the problems of modern time. The Westland exhibits the sordid reality of the of the Western civilization in the aftermath of the World War I. The poem is an expression of disillusionment with contemporary society, which is culturally barren. As Stephen Spender commented that there is a life in death, a life of complete inactivity, listlessness, and apathy. It also shows the dissatisfaction with the so-called scientific achievement and industrial progress of Europe. It symbolizes the modern civilization which is compared to a wasteland. The poem has been divided into five sections: the burial of dead, a game of chess, the fire sermon, death by water, and what the thunder said. The Burial of the Dead. In the first section of the poem, Eliot demonstrated the disturbing mindset of the people of modern civilization. April is a symbol of rebirth, while winter is for death. But for the people of the Westland, these elements are applied vice versa. The whole part is about the logging of in spirituality. That is why this section is named as the burial of the dead. Second, a game of chess. This section focuses on two opposing scenes. One is higher society and another is lower society. There is a Roman representative lady of situation of high society whose drawing room is decorated with all its beauty and glamour as mentioned through these lines. Here is a belladonna, the lady of the rocks, the lady of the situation. The males of the upper strata of the society having fun with girls near the river Thames. Three daughters of the river Thames who lost their virtue at the hands of several people. The rich merchants of commercial section are indulged in sexuality and homosexuality. Thus, the main idea is that sex perversity prevails among all sections of society. Third section is the fire sermon. The fire sermon opens with an image of river and the preaching of Lord Buddha. The Buddhist sermon encourages the people to liberate themselves from the five senses and the consciousness mind. Eliot is saying that modern world has lost its magic and spiritualism. The lament song of maiden near the river Thames reminds her loss of innocence due to a lustful man. Fourth is death of by water. The fourth section of the poem shows the significance of water as means of purification and rebirth. The death of Philebus, the Greek sailor, is an example of people who extremely follow worldly life. Their youth and strength ultimately will be consumed by that. The narrator asks his reader to recall his or her own morality. Fifth, what the thunder said. In the final section of the poem, Eliot evokes to the reader to follow their traditional path rather than puzzling multiple orientation, taking reference from Indian Upanishad. The thunder gives sympathize and controls through its speeches. The poem ends according to Indian mythology through the lines Data Dayadham Dameta Santi Santi Santi. Conclusion. Thus, the Westland is not only record of disillusionment of modern generation but also diagnoses the spiritual disease of the age. It refers to the universal tragedy of a man, his spiritual sterility and lack of faith. In fact, it is an embodiment of tragedy of life in which man passes through pains and sufferings because of the current value of material civilization. Thank you. For more video on English literature, subscribe my channel English Literature 360 degree YouTube DP.